If you're tired of sending DMs that get ignored, feeling like you have to be pushy or convince people to get on a call with you, then this video is for you. What you truly need is a system that positions you as the go-to expert, that activates the law of reciprocity so they actually want to book in that call with you, and by the time the call is booked, you are positioned as the expert and they are ready to step into their new identity. In this video, I'm breaking down the exact DM strategy that I use to get to 10K months consistently. So meaning I'm booking 5 calls each week. And for you, what you need to know, what is my conversion rate on a sales call, and therefore how many calls do I need to be booking per week? And then you just implement this system so that you can get there faster. And this shift changed everything for me. And once you implemented, your DMs are going to feel natural, easy, and like a breeze, and it's going to feel more aligned with you, because I'm guessing you watching this, you're also a woman. And why should you even listen to me? Okay, so about a year ago, actually exactly a year ago, I started selling my first offer online. If you don't know me yet, my name is Aisha. I'm a sales coach slash sales trainer, and I help female coaches, agency owners, and consultants sell their high ticket offers online. So about a year ago, I actually started this whole process of selling. So I had a podcast previously, and I realized, I have my freedom goal similar to yourself, and I wanted to start my own business online so I can move back home and live on the island. That's why it's so sunny and you can see all this light. Okay, so in that process of starting to sell, everything just felt so icky. I was following all of these bro marketing DM scripts, but what ended up happening was that I felt a lot of resistance in that sales process. And not only me, I think my prospects were also hating me because they all ghosted me. No one was really replying, and I wasn't really booking the amount of calls that I needed to book to hit my revenue goals. Or when I was booking calls, it was with people that they just wanted some free information, so they were not qualified, right? And I think we've all been. So fast forward to now, and after investing quite a lot of money, I know very, very well how to go from starting a conversation to booking a call in as little as one day, right? So it's all about having that right person in your DMs. And using this exact strategy, after by month 7 in business, I started generating 10K each month. So that went very, very quickly using this exact DM strategy that I'm going to be teaching you today, okay? And not only me, my clients are also winning with this. So someone like Elise, who's really starting from zero, right? Putting a new offer on the market, so having 5 calls and closing 2 clients, so meaning 4.5K revenue in her business. Malika, also a health coach, going from zero to scaling past 20K in 90 days using this exact DM strategy. And what is really the difference between how I used to do it then and how it's going now? I don't chase people in the DMs. I see the DMs as the thing that connects the dot between the sales call and my content. So that is a really important mindset shift. And also realizing that the DMs is the place where you can spot those action takers that are the high ticket buyers, because not everyone is a high ticket buyer. A lot of us desire things, right? But not all of us are committed to taking action and implementing to get the outcome that we desire. So let me show you how you can make your DMs way effortless. And most coaches think that the DMs, that it's a numbers game. And I used to be one of these people as well that thought, okay, if I send out 100 DMs in a day, then I'm definitely going to book in those calls. But what ends up happening? When you prioritize quantity over quality, that's exactly the outcome that you get. People can sense that you're just using tactics on them and that you're not being authentic in your messaging, right? Or if you're following up with people, hey, just checking in, just following up, people hate that. It gives them the ick. So I was really doing all of these tactics, just focusing on the script. And the biggest shift for me came when I realized that it's just like communicating offline. When you're communicating offline, you're not just gonna approach someone and pitch to them right away, right? You're going to build some rapport and you're going to get to know them. What ends up happening when you prioritize quantity over quality is that the people that you end up having on that call, they're not necessarily interested and don't have that intent to buy. What they have is that intent to get more information out of you, because they're like, oh yeah, look at this person. They're desperate for a call. Let me hop on a call and get free information from them. Okay, so it's really having that shift in your mindset around how you should view calls, also because your time is precious. And what is the thing that I realized? I realized that high ticket buyers, they are people that, they're really in a minority, right? And the way they move is very different from everyone else in the market. They care about personalization and depth. Why? Because for someone to make a high ticket investment, they need to have absolute certainty that your solution is the thing that's going to close the gap for them. And what better way than when they are having that DM conversation with you, if you personalize things, if you really give it your attention, if you really focus on connecting with them, that gives them that feeling and that trust and that conviction. So trust is super, super important here. So let me start breaking down how exactly this identity-driven DM framework works for you to book 5 calls this week. So number 1, the first thing you have to pay attention to is lead qualification. And lead qualification, to me, it's such an underrated topic, and I have had to learn this the hard way. Whenever you go into that scarcity mindset of like, oh, I'm gonna book a call with anyone because people are talking to me, they must be interested, you literally shoot yourself in the foot. Lead qualification starts by being very strict with yourself in the criteria of who is that person that has a higher chance of investing. So let me give you a few examples. Someone that has invested before, someone that is currently actively implementing strategies to solve that problem is way more qualified to invest than someone that has never tried anything before and has never purchased something high ticket. Do you get the difference here? So it's important that when you are qualifying leads, that you can see this in the conversation with them and actively seek out this information, regardless if you're doing inbound or outbound. And before you even have a conversation, it's important to know how does the profile of a qualified lead look like. So it really depends on which niche you work in. If you're in business niche, you could easily see what stage in business is that person in. But if you're not in a business niche, maybe you won't see that directly, but you can tell by their behavior on social media, right? So hey, in which groups are they? Are they currently paying for information? Can I find information on their profile somehow that they have invested in something, in a course? So it's super important for you to be qualifying your lead. The second thing is that authority matters. Okay, so how do you go about being seen as the expert in the DMs before the call? What you want to avoid is that you book a call with someone and they don't even see you as the expert. You are not going to close that deal. So in the DMs, that's where you can position that and solidify that. Obviously, it already starts in your content and your positioning in your content. So a few mistakes that I see coaches make is they really are talking to people that are in struggle mode or people that are in hesitation energy. That is not a high ticket buyer. A high ticket buyer is someone that wants to elevate, someone that's taking action, right? So someone that is decisive, determined. That is the person you want to call out in your content, because when they see your content, they're going to be responding to that in the DMs, right? So in the DMs, they're not responding to you, they're responding to your content. And when you are in the DMs, the way you gain authority is by providing personalized insights. And this is something that I see missing a lot of the times in coaches, agency owners, and consultants when I look at the DMs they're sending. Either they're being too pushy or going for the call too quickly or giving people a bunch of free resources they never asked for. What you want to do is you want to separate yourself from everyone else in the marketplace and provide people with personalized insights based on where they could be in their journey right now, and ask them for their thoughts. Because when it comes to enrolling someone in your program or in your service, you want to give them the feeling that this is exactly the thing that's going to fit them, and not like, oh yeah, she's giving me these generic PDFs, she's inviting me to events, but I'm not sure if this is the thing for me. And why is it so powerful for you to give people personalized insights? Because you activate the law of reciprocity. That universal law governs sales. Okay, you give and you take. So you want to be able to activate that. Why? Because once you have that authority, once you've given someone that personalized insights, the call is just positioned as a continuation of and as a next step. And the last thing of this framework is to follow up with people. Okay, so much sales gets lost because you are not following up. If you are not tracking your leads, like past sales calls, people you spoke to but weren't ready back then, and you're just letting them slip through the cracks, you're missing out on sales opportunities. You need to be able to follow up with people strategically. And when I'm talking about follow up, the wrong way to go about following up is sending these messages like, hey, just checking in, what has changed since we last spoke? Probably nothing has changed, right? So you want to take an approach where you're leading with value first, and also neutralizing it and putting it in their court, letting them decide if they are open for those insights again. So it's very important that you follow up with people strategically in the right way with value, so you can test the water. Like, where are they right now? Are they ready for us to hop on a call again and continue having that conversation? Okay, so that's really, really important. And that's exactly how you're going to be booking calls as well this week. Number one is to have strict criteria of who is a qualified lead and knowing what is the identity of that high ticket buyer, right? So it's really about identity. Do they have the identity of the action taker? Number two is provide personalized insights. That high ticket buyer, that's an action taker, they love personalized insights because they're already in momentum and they just need to make a few tweaks so that they can really explode and get to that desired result. Number three is make sure you are following up with your leads. Okay, so it's not always that you need to find new leads and nurture them. It's sometimes you just have to go back to the people you spoke to 6 months ago and just have a conversation with them. Check in with them. Look at how they're doing. Offer them some value in a strategic way, not being pushy, not being icky. So if you want these exact DM scripts that I and my clients use to book 5 calls each week, I invite you to join the Facebook community where you will find a lot of free trainings on how to book calls, how to close deals, leveraging the identity selling growth system, as well as the DM script as soon as you enter, okay? So thank you so much for watching and make sure you subscribe to my channel as well. Bye!